Hello everyone, my name is Ruchi KUKDE and I'm presenting on behalf of our research team. Our study is titled Exploring the Role of Community Cultural Wealth in Undergraduate STEM Major Decision Making, a Qualitative Narrative. This work is a part of NSF Includes Access Consortium. I'll be briefly sharing about the motivation, approach and key findings from our qualitative study, which examine how undergraduate STEM students draw on community cultural wealth to persist in their majors. Broadening participation and persistence in STEM is critical for developing a skilled workforce and supporting economic growth in the US. However, the literature shows that despite increased access, many students, particularly those at minority serving institutions, continue to face systemic barriers in STEM pathways. Community Cultural Wealth (CCW), which was introduced by USO in 2005, provides an asset-based lens to understand how students leverage strengths such as family support, social networks, aspirations in order to navigate these challenges. So this study addresses the gap that has been seen on how community cultural wealth supports persistence decisions in STEM and how they use these cultural assets to persist in their academic journeys overall. Our study is guided by the Modified Community Cultural Wealth Framework, which builds on USO's original model, an addition of spiritual capital by Ashford-HANSERD. It recognizes the role, meaning, and purpose that students feel in presence of faith and religion in their persistence decisions. The study approach and design that we followed was a convergent parallel mixed methods design. This is the work from the qualitative strand, which used an asset-based narrative inquiry approach. We conducted 90-minute semi-structured interviews with undergraduate STEM majors, and we captured their STEM journeys. There were 10 male and 13 female participants across different majors: biology, computer science, engineering, mathematics, etc. In these 90-minute semi-structured interviews, we asked the students about their critical incidents, life chapters, future script, challenges, different forms of CCW, life theme, and reflection. The data analysis approach was using Brown and Clark's 6-step thematic analysis process. It was supported by a codebook based in modified CCW framework, and the data was analyzed using NVivo. As I said earlier, we had 23 participants, 57% female, 43% male across different majors. Our study shows that social capital was the most frequently activated form of community cultural wealth. Faculty, advisors, mentors, peers, and student organizations played a central role in encouraging persistence. Second, we observed a strong overlap between social and aspirational capital. So students' hopes for future careers were often reinforced through social networks. And third, we found that there was persistence through barriers such as imposter syndrome, isolation, gender bias, and academic self-doubt. All of these were strongly supported by familial encouragement, mentorship, and a desire to give back to their communities. Our findings, these are some of the quotes from the participants. Social capital, social and aspiration capital overlap, and familial capital. Our findings also suggest that institutions can better support STEM persistence by intentionally leveraging existing cultural assets rather than just focusing on remediation. Key recommendations also include strengthening mentoring networks, engaging families, communities in STEM initiatives, and aligning advising practices with students' aspirations to contribute to their communities. At a policy level, funding structures should support programs that build on community cultural wealth and foster inclusive and asset-based support systems. In closing, this study highlights that undergraduate STEM persistence is not driven solely by their academic preparation, but by rich networks of cultural, social, and aspirational support. Recognizing and valuing these assets is essential for advancing equity in STEM education. Thank you for your time, and we welcome your questions and comments. These are our key references. Thank you.